What if the secret to your soul's deepest mysteries lies hidden in your blood type, a code so powerful it could rewrite your entire life? Just as Carl Jung predicted, imagine for a moment that those two simple letters on your medical card, A, B, ABB, or O, hold the key to unlocking your truest self. Carl Jung, the legendary pioneer of analytical psychology, believed that the most profound truths are often concealed in the ordinary. Now, picture this. Your blood isn't just a biological marker, it's a window into your collective unconscious, revealing archetypes that shape your personality, relationships, and destiny. In this video, we're diving into a mind-blowing journey where science, mysticism, and Jungian wisdom collide. Get ready to discover how your blood type reflects ancient patterns within you and why understanding it could transform the way you live. Stick with us until the end to uncover your unique blueprint and the steps to embrace it fully. Have you ever felt an inexplicable pull towards certain behaviors or connections that seem to run deeper than your conscious choices? Perhaps you've noticed an innate sense of order that drives you to organize your life with precision, or a restless curiosity that pushes you to explore uncharted territories. What if these tendencies aren't just quirks of personality, but echoes of ancient patterns encoded in your very blood? Welcome to the fascinating intersection of biology and psyche, where Carl Jung's groundbreaking ideas meet the modern fascination with blood types. In this chapter, we'll unravel the blood code, a concept that blends Jungian archetypes with the cultural insights of Ketsueki-gata, offering you a fresh lens to understand who you are at your core. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, revolutionized our understanding of the human mind by introducing the concept of the collective unconscious. Unlike the personal unconscious, which holds our individual memories and experiences, the collective unconscious is a universal reservoir of shared human experiences, inherited across generations. Within this vast mental library, Carl Jung identified archetypes, universal symbols or patterns that shape our behaviors, emotions, and identities. Think of them as inner characters: the hero who faces challenges head-on, the sage who seeks wisdom, the rebel who defies norms, or the mediator who bridges divides. These archetypes aren't just abstract ideas, they manifest in our daily lives, influencing how we think, feel, and interact with the world. Now, let's connect this to something as tangible as your blood type. Across the globe, blood has long been a powerful symbol. Think of phrases like "blood of my blood" or "blue blood," which evoke kinship, nobility, or passion. Carl Jung was fascinated by such symbols, seeing them as doorways to the deep psyche. He believed that our physical bodies and psychological states are intricately linked, with the body serving as a canvas for the mind's deeper expressions. While Carl Jung never directly explored blood types, his framework provides a perfect scaffold to interpret them. Enter the Japanese concept of Ketsueki-gata, a cultural belief that your blood type A, B, AB, or O reveals aspects of your personality, originating in the early 20th century. This idea became so popular that it's still a topic on Japanese dating shows, where a potential partner's blood type might spark a conversation. So, how do these two worlds collide? Imagine a scenario, Sarah. A 32-year-old project manager always felt a need to organize her workspace meticulously. She thrives on creating detailed plans and feels a deep satisfaction when every task is checked off her list. One day, she discovers she's type R, and a friend mentions Ketsueki-gata's description of type A individuals as responsible and methodical. Intrigued, Sarah dives into Carl Jung's work and realizes her behavior aligns with the sage archetype, a natural inclination toward order and wisdom. This isn't a coincidence. It's a glimpse into how her blood might carry patterns that resonate with universal archetypes. Across the ocean, a Type B artist named Hiroshi finds himself drawn to spontaneous travel, sketching landscapes. In unfamiliar lands, his blood type mirrors the explorer archetype, reflecting a Jungian drive for novelty and freedom. The beauty of this blood code lies in its ability to bridge science and mysticism. Biologically, your blood type is determined by antigens on the surface of your red blood cells A is B, both AB or neither O. Medically, it dictates who can donate to whom. But culturally and psychologically, it hints at something more. Carl Jung would argue that these physical traits aren't random, they're part of the collective unconscious, echoing our ancestral past. For instance, Type O is considered the oldest blood type, linked to our hunter-gatherer ancestors, which might explain a natural warrior-like resilience. Type AB, the rarest, combines A and B antigens, suggesting a duality that mirrors Carl Jung's concept of integrating opposites. By exploring your blood type through this Jungian lens, you're not just learning trivia, you're embarking on a journey of self-discovery. Aligning with Carl Jung's vision of individuation, the process of becoming your authentic self. Let's dig deeper with a real-life example. Meet Emily, a Type AB counselor who often finds herself mediating family disputes. She notices she can see both sides of an argument with ease, a trait that exhausts her, but also makes her invaluable to her clients. Carl Jung might call this her mediator archetype at work, a manifestation of her blood's unique duality. One day, during a heated argument between her siblings, Emily calmly suggested a compromise that no one had considered. Her ability to hold opposing perspectives didn't just resolve the conflict, it left her family in awe. This moment wasn't luck. It was her blood whispering an archetypal gift, amplified by her conscious effort to understand it. But why does this matter? Understanding your blood type's archetypal influence can transform how you navigate relationships. Have you ever clicked instantly with someone, feeling an unspoken bond, while others drain your energy? Carl Jung believed that archetypes play a role in these dynamics, and blood type compatibility might offer clues. For example, a Type A's need for order might clash with a Type B's love for spontaneity, yet a Type AB's flexibility could harmonize them. Consider Mark, a Type O leader who inspires his team with decisive action but struggles with a Type B colleague's unpredictable ideas. By recognizing their archetypal differences, Mark learns to appreciate his colleague's creativity, fostering a stronger partnership. This isn't just psychology, it's a practical tool for living more harmoniously. The blood code also sheds light on your challenges. Carl Jung emphasized that every archetype has a shadow side, unseen aspects that can hinder growth if ignored. For Type A's perfectionism, the shadow might be paralyzing self-criticism. For Type B's exploration, it could be a reluctance to commit. By acknowledging these shadows, you can turn them into strengths. Take Lisa, a Type O nurse who once reacted with aggression under pressure. Through Jungian reflection, she learned to channel her warrior energy into calm leadership, saving lives with greater impact. This process of integrating shadows is at the heart of individuation, a lifelong journey Carl Jung saw as essential for wholeness. What makes this framework powerful is its universality. Ancient wisdom, from blood rituals in indigenous cultures to Ketsueki-gata's modern popularity, suggests that blood carries more than life. It carries meaning. Carl Jung would argue that these patterns aren't deterministic. They're invitations to explore. Your blood type doesn't lock you into a fate. It illuminates a path that feels natural, one you can choose to follow or transcend. For instance, a type AB like Emily might lean toward mediation, but she can also develop decisiveness to lead when needed. This flexibility is what Carl Jung celebrated, a dance between nature and conscious choice. Now that we've unlocked the concept of the blood code and its connection to Carl Jung's archetypes, it's time to dive into the heart of the matter, decoding what your specific blood type reveals about your personality, strengths, challenges, and even your relationships. Your blood type A ends B, ABB, or O isn't just a medical detail. It's a living map to your inner world, reflecting ancient patterns that Carl Jung believed shape our deepest selves. In this chapter, we'll explore each blood type through a Jungian lens, blending his insights with real-life stories to help you see yourself and others in a transformative new light. Get ready to uncover the archetype that flows through your veins and learn how to harness its power on your journey to individuation. Type A, the sage perfectionist, crafting order from chaos. If your blood type is A, you might embody what Carl Jung would call the sage or perfectionist archetype. Picture this: Elena, a 38-year-old architect, spends her weekends meticulously sketching blueprints. Her desk, a symphony of straight lines and precise measurements. She thrives on structure, finding peace in organizing her life down to the smallest detail. According to Carl Jung, this reflects a deep-seated pattern in the collective unconscious, a need for harmony and order that traces back to ancient times when survival depended on systematic planning. The Japanese Ketsueki-gata theory aligns with this, describing type A individuals as responsible, earnest, and methodical traits that resonate with the sage's quest for wisdom through careful observation. Elena's story isn't unique. Type A people often exhibit an almost architectural approach to life, building systems and designing paths with precision. Do you ever catch yourself straightening a crooked picture frame or feeling a surge of satisfaction when your to-do list is complete? That's your sage archetype at work. A gift Carl Jung might attribute to your dominant thinking function, an ability to spot inconsistencies and refine processes. In her career, Elena's attention to detail has earned her a reputation as the go-to person for flawless designs, a testament to her archetypal strength. Yet, Carl Jung would caution about the shadow side. Perfectionism can turn into paralyzing self-criticism. Elena once missed a deadline because she couldn't let go of a minor flaw in her work. By recognizing this shadow, she learned to balance her meticulousness with acceptance, a key step toward individuation. In relationships, Type A's loyalty shines. Elena's friends know she's the one who remembers birthdays and plans gatherings with flawless execution, but her need for control can strain connections if others don't match her pace. Carl Jung's advice: embrace spontaneity occasionally to integrate your less dominant functions. For growth, try this next time you feel overwhelmed by imperfection. Pause and let it be. This small act can unlock a more relaxed, the whole version of yourself. Type B, the explorer, rebel, navigating the uncharted. For those with Type B blood, the explorer or rebel archetype might define you. Meet Javier, a 29-year-old travel blogger whose life is a whirlwind of new destinations and spontaneous adventures. One day, he impulsively booked a flight to a remote village, capturing stunning photos that later went viral. Carl Jung would see this as the explorer's archetypal drive, a natural curiosity and openness to experience that transcends cultural boundaries. The Ketsueki-gata theory echoes this, labeling Type B individuals as creative, passionate, and independent, aligning with Carl Jung's view of a psyche eager to forge its own path. Javier's versatility is his superpower. He adapts to new cultures with ease, a trait Carl Jung might link to a well-developed extroverted sensing function. During a sudden rainstorm in Thailand, he turned a cancelled shoot into a spontaneous street market exploration, creating content that resonated with his audience. This adaptability isn't flakiness, it's a gift that thrives in change. Yet, the shadow looms. Javier's restlessness once led him to abandon a promising project midway. Chasing the next thrill, Carl Jung would call this an imbalance of his intuitive function, a constant search for novelty that lacks depth. To grow, he's learning to commit to long-term goals, balancing his exploratory spirit with focus. In relationships, Javier's authenticity shines. He's the friend who speaks his mind, a quality Carl Jung might tie to a healthy feeling function, but his resistance to structure can frustrate partners who crave stability. A practical tip: try setting small, flexible goals to honor your freedom while building trust. This integration can lead to a richer, more balanced life. Type AB, the diplomat, mediator, embracing duality. Type AB, the rarest blood type, embodies the diplomat or mediator archetype. Consider Priya, a 45-year-old therapist who effortlessly mediates between clashing family members. Her ability to see multiple perspectives stems from her blood's unique blend of A and B antigens, a biological duality Carl Jung would associate with his concept of conjunctio oppositorum, the integration of opposites. The Ketsueki-gata theory describes type AB individuals as thoughtful and enigmatic, mirroring Carl Jung's view of a psyche that bridges divides. Priya's strength lies in her cognitive flexibility. During a heated divorce mediation, she proposed a solution that satisfied both parties. A moment of brilliance. Carl Jung might call active imagination, her mind weaving novel connections. Yet, her shadow emerges as decision paralysis. She once delayed a career move, overanalyzing every angle. Carl Jung would see this as an introverted intuitive function gone overboard. To grow, Priya's practicing decisiveness, trusting her gut, after weighing options a step toward wholeness. In social settings, Priya's empathy is a gift. She absorbs others' emotions, making her a cherished confidante. But it can lead to burnout. Carl Jung's advice: set emotional boundaries to protect your core. A tip for type ABs: embrace your complexity but anchor it with clear values to navigate life's ambiguities. Type O, the warrior, hero, conquering challenges. Type O, the most common blood type, carries the warrior or hero archetype. Meet Carlos, a 33-year-old firefighter whose decisive action saved a family from a blaze. His instinctual certainty reflects Carl Jung's view of the collective unconscious linking us to our primal ancestors. The Ketsueki-gata theory calls type O individuals confident and resilient, aligning with the hero's courage. Carlos's decisiveness is his strength. In a crisis, he assesses and acts swiftly, a trait Carl Jung might tie to a judging function. But his shadow stubbornness once caused a rift when he refused to adapt a strategy. By reflecting on this, he learned to blend action with flexibility, enhancing his leadership. In relationships, his straightforwardness is refreshing, though it can intimidate. A growth tip: pause to listen before acting to integrate your intuitive side. For all types, Carl Jung's individuation calls for integrating strengths and shadows. Whether it's type A's order, type B's freedom, type AB's duality, or type O's action, recognize your natural tendencies and stretch beyond them. Your blood whispers a starting point. Your choices write the story. As we've journeyed through the archetypes hidden within your blood type, you've begun to see how the whispers of your veins can illuminate your personality, relationships, and potential. But understanding these patterns is just the beginning now. It's time to harness this Jungian wisdom to transform your life. Carl Jung believed that true growth, or individuation, comes from integrating our conscious choices with the unconscious forces that shape us. In this chapter, we'll explore how decoding your blood type can enhance your relationships, reduce stress, and guide you toward a more authentic, fulfilling existence. Buckle up for practical insights, inspiring stories, and actionable steps to listen to what your blood has been teaching you all along, because the path to wholeness starts with you. Enhancing relationships through the blood code. Have you ever wondered why some connections feel effortless while others leave you drained? Your blood type's archetype might hold the key. Carl Jung saw relationships as a mirror of our inner world, where archetypes interact to create harmony or tension. Let's take a real-life example, Mia. A type A, perfectionist, often clashed with her type B partner. Leo, whose spontaneous nature disrupted her carefully planned routines. Initially, their differences fueled frustration. Mia criticized Leo's lack of structure, while Leo felt stifled by her rigidity. But when they explored their blood type archetypes, a shift occurred. Mia recognized her sage's need for order as a strength to offer stability, while Leo embraced his explorer's creativity to bring joy. Together, they learned to balance planning with spontaneity, turning their dynamic into a partnership that thrives on mutual growth. This isn't just a personal anecdote, it's a universal principle. Type AB's Priya, with her Mediator archetype, excels at bridging gaps. She once helped a friend reconcile with a Type O sibling whose warrior energy led to stubborn arguments. By listening to both sides and suggesting a compromise, Priya not only resolved the conflict, but also taught her friend to appreciate the Type O's decisive strength. For Type Os like Carlos, their hero archetype can inspire others, but their directness might overwhelm a sensitive Type A. A practical step: pause to soften your approach, allowing your warrior energy to protect rather than dominate. The lesson here is simple yet profound. Understanding your blood type's archetype helps you navigate relationships with empathy. Try this next time you feel a disconnect. Ask yourself, what archetype might be at play here? Whether it's a Type B's need for freedom or a Type AB's duality, recognizing these patterns fosters compassion and collaboration. Your blood isn't just a biological fact, it's a guide to building deeper, more meaningful connections. Reducing stress with archetypal awareness. Stress often strikes when our natural tendencies clash with external demands. Carl Jung believed that acknowledging our shadow, those hidden aspects of our psyche, unlocks relief and growth. For Type A's, like Elena, the perfectionist shadow can spiral into anxiety when order breaks down. One hectic week, a client's last-minute changes threw her schedule into chaos, triggering a panic attack. By reflecting on her sage archetype, she realized her stress stemmed from an overactive need for control. Instead of resisting, she practiced letting go of minor details, finding peace in imperfection, a breakthrough that Carl Jung would call integrating her inferior function. Type B's Javier faces a different challenge. His explorer's restlessness turns to stress when trapped in routine. During a monotonous desk job, he felt suffocated, leading to burnout. By honoring his need for novelty, taking short breaks to sketch or explore new ideas, he rebalanced his energy. For Type AB's Priya, stress emerges when forced to simplify complex emotions. While Type O's Carlos struggles with inaction, Carlos once felt trapped during a slow rescue training session, his warrior energy itching for action. By incorporating mindfulness to temper his impatience, he found clarity amid delay. The key: recognize your stress triggers through your archetype. For Type A, Embrace spontaneity. For type B, set gentle structures. For type AB, trust your decisions. For type O, blend action with reflection. Carl Jung's wisdom teaches that stress diminishes when we align our lives with our natural flow while stretching into discomfort. Try this exercise journal your stressors for a week. Noting when your archetype feels challenged, then experiment with one small adjustment, perhaps a typo, taking a moment to breathe before acting. This practice can transform stress into a catalyst for growth, guiding your path to authenticity. Carl Jung's individuation is about becoming your whole self, not fitting into a mold. Your blood type offers a starting point, but your choices shape the destination. Take Sarah, a type A, who once defined herself solely by her organizational skills. After exploring her sage archetype, she realized her true passion lay in teaching, sharing wisdom rather than just perfecting systems. By pursuing a part-time role as a mentor, she aligned her life with her deeper calling, a move Carl Jung would see as individuation in action. For type Bs like Javier, authenticity means honoring their exploratory spirit. After years of chasing trends, he launched a blog focused on sustainable travel, reflecting his rebel's desire for meaningful freedom. Type AB's Priya found authenticity by embracing her duality, becoming a cultural consultant who bridges diverse perspectives. And Type O's Carlos channeled his warrior energy into community advocacy, leading initiatives to support disaster victims. Each story shows how blood type archetypes guide us toward our unique gifts. But conscious choices unlock their full potential. Here's a practical framework. Reflect on your archetype's strengths and shadows. If you're type A, ask, how can I share my wisdom? If type B, where can I explore authentically? For type AB, how can I mediate my own contradictions? And for type O, what challenge can I conquer for others? Set one intention based on this reflection, perhaps a type O volunteering locally, or a type AB journaling to clarify values. Carl Jung believed that individuation thrives on action, informed by self-awareness, turning your blood's whispers into a roadmap for growth. The call to wholeness. Your blood carries not just life, but a narrative of who you might become. Carl Jung would remind us that these archetypes aren't destiny, they're invitations to evolve. Whether it's the sage's order, the explorer's freedom, the mediator's duality, or the warrior's action, your journey is about balancing these tendencies with conscious effort. Imagine a world where you listen to your blood's guidance, transforming relationships, easing stress, and living authentically. That world starts with you. So, what's your next step? Embrace the call your blood has been whispering. Share this insight with a friend. Reflect on your archetype's lessons. And let's build a community of growth together. Subscribe to Jung Psyche Hub. Hit the bell for more transformative wisdom, and drop your blood type story in the comments below. We can't wait to hear how it's shaping your life. As we reach the end of this extraordinary journey, let your heart race with the realization that your blood isn't just a lifeline, it's a powerful story of who you are and who you're destined to become. Carl Jung's wisdom has shown us that the archetypes flowing through your veins, A, B, ABB, or O, aren't just patterns, they're invitations to rise, to integrate your shadows, and to write your own legend. Imagine the transformation relationships deepened by empathy, stress conquered with awareness, and a life lived authentically as your truest self. Your blood has been whispering this truth all along, and now it's roaring with possibility. So, what will you do with this revelation? Will you heed the call to embrace your inner sage, explorer, mediator, or warrior. The choice is yours, and it starts today. Subscribe to Jung Psyche Hub now. Hit that bell to join our community of seekers and share this life-changing insight with someone who needs it. Drop your blood type story in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to unlock our full potential together. Let's turn these ancient whispers into a movement of growth and wholeness. The journey continues. Don't miss it.